Hey everybody, I'm going to do an update here on my Rubber Lip Pleco. I had set this hospital tank up here in my shower stall in my bathroom. I had a Rubber Lip Pleco. I didn't know what was going on with it. It was looking really rough, so I set up this hospital tank and got it in here. And the day I put it in here, later that evening, it actually started looking a little bit better. By yesterday afternoon, I started to get my hopes up a little bit. But I noticed this morning it had not moved. Well, I noticed this evening it hadn't moved since this morning. So I came in here and I looked at it again and it still hadn't moved. So when I finally really got in here, let's see if we can get a better look at this. I moved the fish already with my little, I have a metal rod that I reached in there and moved it around with. And I'm hoping that's coming out on video. It looks like the skin is just coming off of the fish. I've got it kind of turned on its side. But it looks like some kind of fungus or something, or a virus has been devouring the flesh on the rubber lip. So I don't really know what to make of that. I have no idea what killed it. I have no idea where it came from. Again, it had been in a tank for years and years. The tank is good and stable. It's one of my less problematic tanks. I seldom have fish die in it. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he started looking nasty. Well, hang on a minute. Let me put you on pause and we'll go over and we'll have a look at the tank. Alright, so this is going to have to be a short video. My battery is running really low. This was spur of the moment. When I found out he was dead, I wanted to just get this on video. So this is the tank it came from. And the only other fish in this tank that has any issue whatsoever is this loach. If you can see that sort of light colored spot on its side just above its pectoral fin. Not sure what that is, but I have seen that on loaches before, and it's always just sort of cleared up over a few days. I don't really know why my camera's doing that. I don't know if that's actually coming out on the video, but it looks like it's filming at about 2 frames per second here. It's all choppy and whatever. At any rate, and whatever it was that was on that loach, it cleared up by itself. I never treated the tank before. And indeed, this one is already clearing up. You can clearly see the mark on one side, but it's smaller than it was, and it did have that same mark on both sides, and now the other side is almost gone. It looks like it's almost completely cleared up. So none of my tetras look bad. My angelfish both look good. None of these skirt tetras, or I just said the skirt tetras don't look bad. None of the neons tetras, the white cloud mountain minnows in there look fine. And then everybody else on the bottom of the tank looks fine. I've even got a little dwarf African clawed frog in there, which are extremely sensitive. You know, with the amphibians are always extremely sensitive, as are these loaches, which are considered to be scaleless fish. They're really sensitive, and yet they're all fine. And then the armored, tough as nails Rubber Lip Pleco got some sort of whatever on it, and I have no idea what it was, no idea where it came from, and I hate mysteries like this. I hate being baffled, and while I won't say I was really sentimentally attached to that fish necessarily, it is kind of a bummer. I mean, he is definitely one of the longest standing fish I've had. You know, I've had him since way back in the beginning when I kind of got this tank established with what's in there now. So he was definitely over 4 years old, probably approaching 5 years old, and just like that, it's dead now, and I have no idea what happened. You know, once again, I put a fish in a tank and started using Pimafix, and now it's dead. Of course, that fish looked pretty bad when I put it in there. But so far, I'm batting 1,000 with the Pimafix. Every time I've ever used Pimafix, it has never cured a single fish. And every time I've used it, I've had fish die after using it. So once again, I'm going to say that I'm sure that's all coincidental. But I don't have a real good track record with using Pimafix when I've got sick animals. So no more Rubber Lip Pleco in this tank. I guess it's going to be time to replace it, because that was what kept this tank so nice and clean and beautiful. You don't really see any algae or scum or green, you know, anything growing on this tank, and it was all because of that rubber lip in here. So definitely going to have to replace him as far as just merely mechanical function, you know, a cleaner fish. My angelfish is showing that little tetra who's boss. Anyway, make sure you check out my Patreon channel if you've not checked it out already. I do all kinds of behind the scenes stuff and kind of keep everybody a little more up to date with what's going on here. It's a little more intimate setting, and you also get my YouTube videos here 2 days in advance before they go public on my YouTube channel. So checking my Patreon channel out is definitely worth your effort. Now, it is a donation based subscription service. The default donation is set for $1. You can go higher than that if you want, but it is set for $1 a month. However, you can just follow me over there. You don't have to donate. You don't have to subscribe. You can just follow me, and all of the stuff that I post over there publicly, which is a fair amount of stuff. I do post a lot of pictures and GIFs, and eventually, of course, my YouTube videos are all over there, and that's where they first get released and everything else. So even if you just follow me without subscribing over there on Patreon, you'll get some benefits and perks of doing that as well. And then, of course, if you do subscribe, you'll get lots of good stuff, and it's totally worth $1 a month if you ask anybody that is over there already. So make sure you're subscribed here to my YouTube channel. And don't forget this one that the Rubber Lip used to be in is my 29-gallon miscellaneous tank, and we will have to get back to doing something here really soon in the future. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you real soon.